Hi, this is John Marling, Pulse Research. Thanks for taking a couple of minutes to view the webinar on how to present and engage with your local banker. The secret is really sharing information that they want about and for their business. So I would suggest first sending out a teaser to your local banker with information that's going to get their attention and get the appointment. Then, when you're there with them, before you go into the presentation, and this is critically important, make sure they understand that this is information about and for the bank, i.e., tell them you ask the same questions you would ask Mr. Banker if you did your own survey. And they say, like what? Well, in the next 12 months, you plan to change or get a new bank. Yeah, that's something I'd be very interested in. Also, what about banking services? We asked, and I think you would ask also, do you plan to get a new car loan? Do you plan to get a bank loan? Do you plan to open a checking account? Yeah, that's all the stuff I'd want to know. Great. We asked it for you. Now let's take a look at the opportunities in the research with the benefit and the goal to identify where we can get some more clients for you based upon the current demand from the bank research, okay? Yeah, I'd love to see it, okay? So now they're engaged, they're interested, right? So you show them. Okay, look at this. 38% of our audience from our recent survey said they plan to either get a new bank or change banks. Wow. That's obviously going to be very compelling to the banker, right? And we reached 37,500 households. That means there's over 14,000 households we reach who are going to change or get a new bank. And I think you'll agree with me, that'll get the banker's attention, right? And look at that, it's just $225 value for each banking customer. That's over $3 million that we can deliver for you. And if you got just a 1% share, just 1%, that's over $32,000 of opportunity. Now look at this, you can engage the bank either further. You click on the edit pen and say, well, what share do you think you can get of the households we reach who plan to change or get a new bank? Well, gosh, I think I could get 10% of them, okay? Look at 10% is over 1,400 potential new banking clients, and 323,000 is just $225 each. Pretty impressive, right? And look at this, you can also target and edit the audience in real time. What if the guy says, well, I'm just interested, I want to get some information on your print, okay? So you can use your different audiences here to totally redo or engage with the business, okay? Because you guys sell a lot of different things, right? So in real time, you can get their feedback and engagement and what audience package that would be a good fit for them, okay? So now let's turn off the editing here and we'll go back to 1%, okay? Okay, now, the next part is the information about banking services. Now, the benefit here is to identify specific banking services that you can get more. It's what you don't know you should know, and the research we have is looking into the future like a crystal ball. So let's take a look, okay? So look at this. Here's the number of households we reach who plan to get a vehicle loan. Here's the number of households we reach. Look at this. Online banking. Start or use online banking. Wow, over 7,000. Ask the banker, which area do you think you can get more? And the banker said, my God, look at that online banking. That's huge. Thank you. But hey, wait a minute. What do you have about refinancing homes? That's another big category for the bank. Now look at this in real time. You can click on the editing plan, click on add products or services, and just type in refinance, okay? Good typing, right? Okay, refinance home, perfect. Okay, so now you just click on it and add it to the presentation. Anything else you'd like to know, Mr. Banker? Yeah, what about student loans, okay? So we just type in student, or let's say college expense loan, perfect. So you can see in real time, you can get input from the banker, information that engages. You're a consultant now, right? Perfect. He says, okay, that's great. So in summary, you feel you can get more online banking clients. Yeah, absolutely. And look at that. There's over 1,400 who plan to refinance their home. Yeah, I think I can get more from that. So I would recommend a consistent program. targeting online banking and refinancing home. Are you in concurrence? Do you totally agree that yes, you can get more business clients in those areas? Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to present a consistent program, okay? At this point, you go over the details of the program. What you're proposing in the next 52 weeks, specific ROP ads, online, digital, etc. And look at this. If you have the Metro Graphics Ad Wizard, you click right there and go immediately into the ad creation spec ideas and put together a campaign in real time for your client. So the banker says, yeah, that looks good, but I've got, our own website, we use Facebook, etc. So, I don't think I need you, the local paper. Now you click here and you bring up what they're missing. Look at this. 85% of our clients have not in the last 30 days searched for a bank. How about direct mail? Yeah, well, 46% of our audience have not used direct mail. And look at a business email, 78% have not used. They said, well, what about Pinterest? It's something that feels hot, okay? I got our marketing people talking about Pinterest. You click on the editing pen once again, and you type in Pinterest. And you can just search the database here, okay? And there's Pinterest. Anything else you want to? Yeah, what about Twitter? Okay, there's Twitter. See, in real time, you can be that consultant once again and engage with the business. Nobody else can do this because now on your tablet or your smartphone with a mobile presentation, you can access the research based upon their need, their interest, okay? So we click off on the editing pen. They say, well, okay, I get it. You can deliver an audience because of the fragmentation that I can't reach with, my social program, Twitter, Pinterest, etc. Okay? So I'll take a look. Look at this. All you need is just 88 new customers for the 52-week campaign we just talked about a second ago. Just 88. How's that sound? That sounds pretty good. How'd you get that? You just click here. Look at, we're estimating that you make $112 on a customer. Now let's talk about your bank. Look at this. You click on the editing pen, and they say, well, gosh, if we got a new client over a year's time for that household, it's probably worth $750 to us, okay? And we make at the bank, a 70% gross profit on it. So that's about $525 per customer, okay? Well, that means, look at this, that all they're going to need is, wow, they could do a $46,000 campaign. Look at that. And he says, well, I don't know about 88 customers. What is the least number of customers you think you'd get on a consistent campaign? I think 52. 52 would be the minimum that I could get. You type in 52 and look at that. 52 customers, what they say is the minimum. At their gross profit basis per customer of $525, he just stole himself on a $27,300 campaign. Pretty awesome, right? Summary, getting the engagement of the business and what they feel comfortable with and minimum number of new clients over a consistent campaign based upon their customer value and their gross profit. They're selling themselves. And what it's doing is showing them, documenting them that yes, they can do it a consistent campaign for you. In this case, a $27,000 campaign over the next 52 weeks. Okay, now let's talk about the opportunity for return on investment. You think a bank is interested in return on investment? Absolutely. So look at this. At $750 each, their retail value of a customer, all they would need would be just 67 customers for a 2-time return on that $27,000 campaign. Pretty simple, right? What if the bank says, well, I'd like to have a $100,000 campaign? Once again, you can get their input. Look at this. So for a $100,000 campaign, 4-time return on their investment, they'd only need 134 customers, right? Okay, now you can email them the presentation. Remember, this is a presentation that they've engaged with. It's their opportunity. It shows them where they can get additional business and with a consistent campaign, the number of customers they're comfortable with to pay for the campaign. If you have any questions or suggestions, send me an email, Marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, @paper.net. Thanks.